So I'm the Chief Operation Officer. I'm 47 years old and I'm working for Macron from 27, so 15 years old. So I've seen all the growth of the company. When I came, we was in maybe 40, 50 people. Now we are more than 160 in the headquarters where I am now. Plus other 25 people in China where we have a production office, and plus almost 100 people in our stores.
Okay, so you have grown simultaneously with the company then. What steps have you followed for becoming a manager? When did you start? What was your first job? And which steps did you follow to get where you are now?
Okay, when I started, I have some previous experience because I started when I was 2007, 33 years old, 32. So I have some years of previous experience in the garments. So for another big company that is called a Calzedonia Group. Maybe Elena knows very well. Based in Verona. So it's a big company, it's a big growing company. Now their turnover is now 2.5 billion euro per year. So on that time, I learned a lot about textile. So I entered in Macron as a production manager with few people under me, 3-4 people. Of course, this was my first experience with people under me. And I try, to have with few people together in one office to have a very close relationship with them. Not to be a friend, otherwise you have no leadership, you have no power in them, but to understand their feeling, to understand, their behavior, the daily activities, to talk with them a lot. After that, the previous COO, so the Chief Operation Officer, left after a few years, and I became the operation directors immediately. So a big job in one shot. For us, manager is apart from knowing all the activities, knowing how to organize the activities. For us, the manager has all the tools to manage the people. To manage the people they have the power to decide the salary, the training. So if they decided to train the people, to have some lessons, some master, some whatever is, maybe benefit, maybe they knows exactly the level, the salary, and the training programs for them in the short and medium term. So this is a manager. Below the manager, in the single office, we have even the coordinator.
Okay.
The coordinator is that because if we have in the office, for example, 10 people, it could be a coordinator where he is following the daily priorities.
Okay,
because if a person needs to understand, okay, I start to do this or this because many customers are calling me or many suppliers asking me many things at the same time. What I have to do? So on a daily basis, the coordinator has to help, and not even the manager, because the manager has even under him different office. I mean,
Exactly.
to make you an example, our supply chain manager is a manager, one supply chain, but under the supply chain, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 offices with 4 coordinators. Under the coordinator, we have 4, 5 people each. Because for us, a supply chain is the demand planning. So we have to decide the production orders, when to place, how many quantities with which price. Second is the production planning, not the demand planning, but production. So they take the order and they have to negotiate with the factories, with the production floor, what to do in order to catch the delivery, to catch the quality.
Yeah.
They have the import-export. So as soon as the goods are ready, we have to handle and to deal with the forwarding, with the transport by vessel, by airplane, by trucks, blah, blah, blah. We have other production. So, I mean, we are doing here, we have a workshop with the last mile personalization. I mean, when you see the jersey, the game kit of your football club, are you fan of? Are you supporter of which club?
Which
Football
club?
I support the one from Spain, Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Because we have, for example, in Spain, we have Real Sociedad.
Yeah, El Levante too. Did you used to Levante?
Yes,
Levante too, and Cádiz.
In Cádiz.
In La Liga. Okay. So, for example, this kind of jersey, you see many sponsor logo. You see the name and numbers. This is our last mile service. I mean, we are producing without name and numbers, and maybe without the sponsor logo, because the club is deciding the sponsor logo only the last days before the championship starts.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So you do it on the last days.
So we need to produce 6 months before in our factories all around the world. We cannot wait the last day.
Yeah, of course.
So we are producing without name and numbers, because the club has to be flexible, because for the players, they are moving players in the last minutes.
Yeah, of course.
And even for the sponsor logo. Okay. So we have even last time. So we have this other 4 offices to do this kind of personalization. So this is the
it's so many areas.
How we organize.
So many of them.
So many, yes.
Another question for you is, what do you do when a member of your team isn't working properly?
I fire? No. No, I'm joking. My experience, this is one of my biggest errors, because I read maybe it's one of the next question, so I reply together.
Yeah,
One of
perfect.
my biggest errors have been waiting and not talking with my employee for something that was wrong. I mean, I hoped that the time can solve by himself.
Yeah.
But it's not true. The time can only not improve, but
make it work.
Vice versa, make it work.
Yeah.
This is a big lesson. I mean, for me. So this is why when the employee made something wrong, it's better to talk with him as soon as possible.
Yeah, be straightforward.
The time is vital. The time is crucial.
So this is for you your biggest error too.
Yeah. I mean,
not talking to them and.
Sometimes I was fair, because even the leader has to is like a friend. When you make a mistake, he's the best person that you trust in to say or to her, you were wrong.
Yeah.
Is a friend, or has to be your manager or your boss. But of course, it's it's something that is borderline, because you have not to be so hard,
Yeah.
but not to be even so soft. It's like a mother, like a father.
Yeah.
But you have to do. You have to do. Otherwise, your children, when your children at 18 years old or 20 years old, they are not willing to do nothing. They want to stay at home to play at PlayStation. It's not that fault. I don't know if you're. I hope it's not your.
My
Not
brother.
our case.
My
But
brother.
playing 10 years PlayStation, and he doesn't want to do some nothing to work or to study. It's not his fault. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
But
So that's how you define being a good leader.
I think, yes, for sure, a good leader has to to talk with the people for now. In terms when they made wrong.
Yeah.
A leader, a good leader, has to do even other things. They have to for manage the human resources to be clear with them, to be clear,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because many times to talk and to say, yes, you can do a little bit better this activity. For me, better means double. For you, better means 10% more. For
Yeah.
another, better means 50% more. So you have
Yeah.
not to be you have to be objective. You have to be number based.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult.
When you talk with your people, and you have to fix, you have to be clear on numbers, on what to do. Clear
Yeah.
for me is to give some numbers, some targets that has to be numbers, even written. Of course, it's very hard to write the target of the next year of the people, but if you don't write,
Yeah. It's
you meant something and they meant we meant another thing.
yeah.
Because you meant maybe this is my target, this is target. So when you write, it's clear, and at that time when you write, you discuss a lot. Ah no, and why you ask me to be better 50% more? Yes, because for me better is 50% more. Of course, usually there are some fights. Usually there are some fights.
There has to be.
But at the end, you are clear. You are
Yeah.
clear.
That's the best.
So this is something that sometimes is missing, or seems to be simple, but
Yeah.
Okay.
many times the not clearness is
Yeah. The balance between being clear and hard.
It's very difficult to find.
so to be clear, to fix the target with numbers,
Yeah.
together with numbers written, and numbers that after 1 year you can measure.
Yeah.
You can measure. How many orders you did, or how many, you can measure.
Yeah. For each company, they will have numbers.
Last thing is when you have to explain why you fix this target, why you fix this number, why you have to be clear, it's better to do some example.
Okay. To be more clear.
Example, because if you don't do the example, sometimes if the employee doesn't agree with you, you ask you the example. Sometimes they are saying, why? No, I don't agree with you. When happened? Why? Oh, I think that I do totally different. So make me an example. So
Give me an example, a clear
the
example.
suggestion is when on a daily basis you recognize or you heard or you read something wrong, you take note. This example, this, some, not many, some, and at the end of the year, when the people is coming to understand, fix the target, you have some example.
Yeah.
Ah.
Like here you have
It's
it.
difficult to remember the year before or 10
Yeah.
months before.
Okay.
Good to
Belén?
know. Actually, you have answered a lot of the questions that we wanted
Yeah,
to ask
a
you.
lot.
Just along the process, so it's going pretty
Oh,
fast.
tell me, I have another.
Rohail, maybe you can ask another question.
Hello, Paolo. Another question is, how do you deal with managing your teams remotely? You know, post-COVID, this has become the new normal. This obviously there's going to be more challenges, you know, as opposed to managing teams directly and physically. So, how has your experience been throughout this process?
So I was lucky because having a Chinese office, so Macron Chinese office over there, 9,000 kilometers far from Bologna, and from at least 16 years. So we already were used to work remotely with them.
Uh-huh.
There are 20, 25, 30 people over there that they are managing our production. So they have two managers, other supply chain coordinator, other sourcing, so they have to find factories. They have to negotiate with factories the best price with the best quality, and they have to follow the work in progress of the delivery dates, raw materials, finished goods, and so on. So we already was used to work with them remotely. Of course, before pandemic, we were there often, at least 3 times per year. At least 3 times per year, every single office, because it's not only me, but even all my manager on the product development, manager of the style, manager of the quality control, manager of the supply chain. They with their people frequently. I mean, every week or every 2 weeks, someone from Italy was there. For
That's pretty good, yeah.
2 weeks, depending on the activities that they have to do, the supply chain for the delivery, the contract quality for the inspection, or negotiate the price, or to negotiate or find a new deal with new partners, partners, factories, and so on. But frequently we was there. Of course, due to the pandemic period, we stopped because so far there is still the quarantine.
Everything stops.
A couple of weeks, so it's not tangible for us. So usually we are there at maximum for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks, I cannot stop after 2 weeks working. Otherwise, it's not manageable. It's not tangible. So
Right. So, one last question, if you Belén want to ask something.
okay. So sorry, Elena. Just a suggestion. Mostly to manage remotely. I mean.
Okay.
Pandemic, so we see the difference between remotely having sometimes presence
Yeah.
or no presence.
Yes.
So for sure, totally, I mean, you have to be there sometimes. You cannot work remotely 100% of your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
65
Yeah.
days a year is not possible to have a good.
You're not efficient, you know?
But because even your people, even your directors, even your manager, you have to see face by face. Because it's not only a matter of numbers, it's a matter of feel how they are feeling. Even if they have some private issue, if they have some workload that they are stressed,
Even
Yeah.
they cannot write, or even writing that you cannot feel. And you have to transfer to them where your company is going. You have to boost them. You have to give a boost to them even face to face, not only writing that you have done a good job. You have done a good job by mail is like this.
Less personal, yeah.
See, face to face is totally different.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Me too.
Absolutely. And
Hi,
just,
Belén.
hello, sorry for the delay. Just the last question. Do you think that a lot of middle managers are necessary, or just having one that manages more people?
To be honest, are necessary, but you have to minimize as much as possible for me. I mean, too many boss, too many level of decision
Yeah.
makes the organization slow.
Yeah.
Make the organization too slow to follow the market. The market is very fast. Every single day you have to make a decision. I mean, I'm talking about not on the day of the simple employee. I mean, on the manager, on the board of directors.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense, yeah.
for example, in our board of directors, we are 6 directors. Myself, the sales director, the marketing director, the pro club directors, the administration and finance director, and the last is the information technology director.
I
So
see.
it's very, I mean, we are 6, and even on the middle management, you have to minimize as much as possible. Otherwise, too many managers, too many not decisions.
Yeah.
Because the single manager, yes, I agree, may not agree, plan a new meeting, we meet.
And we do nothing.
We are not a company of meeting, but we're a company of garments, of textile, of sports. You are becoming a company of meeting. So my opinion, my reply is not so many middlemen.